What's up, YouTube? Cam that guy here. I'm back once again with another YouTube video, man. So in this YouTube video, I'm about to be doing my own haircut. Okay, this is something new. Now, that I'm doing on the channel. This is something new I'm doing on the channel, right? Now, look, you know what I'm saying? I figured I'd do this for content. You know what I'm saying? I'm back and I'm better than ever, right? You know what I'm saying? I'm back trying to produce content and shit. So first with me, you know what I'm saying, what I like to do when I get ready to get myself hair, because I kind of, turn into a fro or whatever, right? So I like to comb it out. My other combs are missing, but I like to comb it out first, right? So that's what I'm trying to do in this shit, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to, let me go ahead and comb it out. You know what I mean? All that other shit, right? Go ahead and comb out real quick. You know what I mean? Go ahead and do that. Give a nice solid comb. You know what I'm saying? It's important to do this, right? Because you're correcting your hair. You got to comb and brush. You know what I'm saying? You're adjusting your hair. You're adjusting your hair. You're making it, you know what I'm saying, how it should be and shit. You know what I mean? Let me be very careful with my words throughout this video. You know what I'm saying? Just for all intents and purposes. Let me be very careful. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah, so that's pretty much what you're doing and shit. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You're just, you know what I mean? You gotta pick out the curls. You gotta get those naps and shit out. Like when the haircut is very important, just like the combing and shit. And you can comb your hair with waves. A lot of people don't know this, but combing your hair and then brushing it with waves is really, really good. Niggas do that. You know what I'm saying? Niggas do comb their hair with waves. So let me say that for clarity. You know what I mean? But yeah, you know what I'm saying? Just give a good comb. You know what I'm saying? All that other shit. Then, you know what I'm saying? After that, you want to give a good brush. You see what I'm saying? A brush. Brush is pretty much cool. I mean, you got a little shit in there, but you know, it's cool. You know what I'm saying? It's not bad. Like, I'm looking at it right now. Like, I can get up close for y'all. This is my soft side of my brush. I mean, you really don't see shit in there. You know what I'm saying? Very little shit. Those, you know, I got good hair and shit, right? So after I combed it out, go ahead and brush it. You know what I'm saying? You want to go ahead and do that shit. I don't have a problem with doing this. At first, I did want to do this just because I feel like niggas should pay me and this, that, and the third. But I see niggas doing it online, so I'm like, if barbers do it online, I should too and shit. So, yeah, you know what I mean? So I went ahead, you know what I mean? Go ahead and brush. And all that other shit. You know what I mean? And now, let the games begin, you know what I'm saying? So here's how this is gonna work. You feel my hair real quick. So I got this, right? Normal razor. This is the battery on here, right? So the battery is 63, right? I don't remember the battery dropping this low, so somebody must have used it. But either way, you know what I'm saying? It's good enough battery. It's good enough, you know what I mean? But I do want to say this though, you know what I mean? I repeat, do clean your razors. You know what I'm saying? Do that, right? I got some cleaning oil in here. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and go about doing that. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and clean it. Put some oil on it. You know what I mean? And go to town. You know what I'm saying? You can take this brush, kind of spread it around just like that. Go and give it a good little clean. Go and do that real quick. And then I will take, you know what I'm saying, this up here. You know what I mean? And then while doing that, you know what I'm saying? Go add a little soap. You know what I mean? All that other shit. Kind of rub that in a little bit. You know what I mean? Kind of just do that. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you get all that shit off. You know, this is touching your head and shit. Get all that bullshit. You know what I mean? Then after that, go ahead and get rid of that. Then, you know what I'm saying? What you want to do? You know what I'm saying? Just grab this over here. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and do this. You know what I'm saying? All that other shit, you know what I mean? I'm looking at it, I'm observing it, I'm like, okay, you know what I'm saying? First time I ever tried something like this, so I feel the need to, you know what I'm saying? Make sure I get it completely right. Now, obviously, this is electric and shit, but it is water I'm using. But I saw suds inside the guards. But I personally felt like that. I personally felt like the oil wasn't enough. Like that oil was not enough to clean that shit. You know what I mean? That's me being real and shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I felt I needed to sprinkle some water to get those suds out, right? So I got the suds out, and it's relatively dry. I mean, there ain't no holes in it and shit. I could test it out just to make sure that's working and shit. You know what I mean? But yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's pretty much, you know what I'm saying, what ended up happening and shit. You know what I mean? So, let's see. Let's go ahead and do it real quick. Let's see. Oh, okay. Cool beans. Alright, now it's ready. So, let me go ahead and teach someone about the razor, right? This is it closed, right? When the guard is closed, that means it cuts sharper. When the guard is open, that means it cuts less. Now let me say this real quick. A close cut is for short hair. A long cut is for long hair. Let me explain it. So, if I'm cutting long, you want a bigger guard because it's cutting not as deep, but a lot. You see what I'm saying? If I cut short with a lot of hair, I'm gonna get a bald spot. You see what I'm saying? So if I'm doing a taper or just a regular cut like that, if I cut it too short, it's gonna leave a bald spot. That's why it's important to, you know, measure your hair and make sure you're using the right guard. That's why y'all see me fooling around with guards, because I'm trying to make sure I don't put a bald spot in my head. You see what I'm saying? So that's the reason why it's important to like really get the right guard, because you make one mistake with a guard, you're gonna have a bald spot. You know what I'm saying? So it's important, you know what I'm saying, you pick the right guard. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is and shit, right? So this is closed, this is open. But I hardly ever adjust these guards, and I always keep it closed, right? Now, let me go ahead and explain to y'all, you know what I'm saying, the different type of guards, right? Now, obviously, I'm about to lay them all out for y'all real quick. Let's see. Yeah, this one. Hold on, this. Yeah. Alright, so I got all my guards up. So I got a 4, 3, 2, 1, and a B guard. So I'm about to explain it to you. This is a 4 guard right here. This is a big guard. This is for big hair. Let's say I'm doing a huge chop, big hair, right? Same for 3, but slightly less. Now 2 guard, I don't need a 2 guard for my hair. You see what I'm saying? The more times I use a 2 guard, the more I realize I don't need it. To be truthful, you know what I'm saying? I've been using this 2 guard and I realize I really don't need this shit, but I would use it because it's like, I feel like my hair is kind of thick for a 1 guard. You see what I'm saying? I feel like it's thick for a 1 guard, right? So that's the reason why, you know what I'm saying? This is the guard I mainly use. You see what I'm saying? The 1 guard is the guard I mainly use. You see what I'm saying? This works for my hair length. You know what I mean? And all that other shit, right? And then this B guard I use for beard. I use it just for beard, alright? Hint, it says B, which equals beard. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I use it for and shit. You know what I mean? So anyway, you know what I'm saying? Without further ado, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go ahead and get the cut of my hair and shit, you know what I'm saying? So we're gonna begin with a 1. You know what I'm saying? With the 1 guard, right? I'm going to place it on, you know what I mean? And here's how you put it on, right? You just grab it like this, you know what I mean? And then, alright, so anyway, that's alright. You know what I mean? So you grab it, right? I gotta clean this, bro. Alright, man. Give me a second. Alright, so anyways, you know what I mean? So here go the 1 guard, right? You know what I mean? I'm gonna go ahead and place that on. You place it on just like this. You place it on like this, right? So you wanna put, these are called teeth of the guard, right? You wanna hang them over the top of it, right? You see how it's hanging on top? Then you just push this back. Ooh, got a little water, just like that. You know what I mean? Now, we get into cutting. Alright, you know what I'm saying? Let me double check. I gotta make sure this is dry, right? Because this is wet right now. Hold on, let me make sure it's all the way dry. You gotta take these precautions. Alright, cool. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, you know what I'm saying? I had to make sure the guards was dry because it was wet. Wet hair, let me say this for clarity. wet hair could cut deep too, so it'll cut too much as well. You know what I'm saying? No. Sometimes it can be hard to cut, and sometimes it can cut wet as well, right? If your hair is dry, it's easier to cut. Let me say that. If your hair is dry, it's easier to cut, but sometimes wet hair might cut differently. So I just want to let niggas know that. You know what I mean? But anyway, let's go ahead and do it. So I like to begin on the sides, right? Cause I like to test out the razor. Well, I don't know, somebody could have faltered, you know what I'm saying, with my, for doodle around with my razor. So I always test the sides out, see how it's cutting, right? I just like to see how it's cutting this shit. You know what I mean? Is it cutting sharp? Is it cutting normal? That's what I like to do. So I play around with the sides and shit. You know what I mean? That's what I like to do and shit. I gradually, you know, proceed to the top. And I'll go from there and shit, you know what I mean? That's what I do and shit. So it's cutting as expected right now. It's cutting as expected and shit. So I'm just, you know, going and shit. Now a lot of y'all probably wondering, what are you doing right now? Like what's your technique? Right now I'm looking at the waves, right? I'm cutting with the waves. You see what I'm saying? That's pretty much what I'm doing. I'm just going with the hair pattern. You can't see it probably on camera, but I'm trying to follow a hair pattern. You know what I'm saying? That's pretty much what I'm doing, right? So for example, right? I got a hair pattern going this way on this side, right? So I need to cut that way. I need to cut this like this. You see what I'm saying? That's the hair pattern of my hair. You see what I'm saying? But as I move over here, it's straightening out. So I need to cut more like, you know. See what I'm saying? That's what you're supposed to do and shit. You know what I mean? And then as you come over here, it slants a little bit. So I need to go ahead and slant. You know what I mean? That's what I need to do and shit. You know what I mean? So you just go like this, it straightens out, you straighten out the guard, and then as it comes this way, you go like this, right? Now, a lot of y'all probably wondering, this don't look like it's cutting much, right? Well, I need a guard a little less than this, you know what I'm saying? But that's kind of just how it is, right? And then after you get done, you do want to always brush the guard off and get those hairs off and shit. And then you just keep going from there. You gotta, with me, I ain't got the proper razors to cut how I wanted to cut, but I'm gonna put a lot of effort and force. I'm gonna, y'all know how I be on video and shit. I be zzz. So that's what I'm about to do right now and shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to put a lot of force into there and shit like that. And then, we're gonna go from there and shit, you know what I mean? So let's go ahead and get to it, man. Here we go. So let's go and begin with the sides. As you see, that hair drops. And I'm just going with the flow, going with the hair pattern. Sometimes you can tilt your head and find another hair pattern or whatever the case may be. But that's just right now what I'm doing and shit, I'm going. I need to get a little bit up here too. I need to cut right here as well. Let me not forget the main thing. You know what I mean? I need to cut right here as well. You know what I mean? All that other shit, right? I'm just working along. You know what I mean? Going accordingly and shit. As you see that hair falling. You know what I mean? It's cutting. It is cutting. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm doing this shit right now. You know what I mean? And I'm just, going with the flow and shit, you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm doing this shit. Go like this. You know what I mean? I see the waves, well, I don't know, they just me. Man, I see that shit. Alright, man. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm just going along with it and shit. You know what I mean? All that other shit, you know what I'm saying? So everything cool right now, it's about time for me to go ahead and brush my hair, right? And it's important to brush your hair in between sessions. You know what I'm saying? So, you can, get the old hairs out and shit, you know what I mean? So, yeah. So, I did a good amount of cutting, right? You know what I mean? So, I gotta re-clean the brush, but not only just re-clean the brush, re-clean myself. You see what I'm saying? So, let me go ahead and brush this off. Go and do that. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna come right here. I'm gonna open the guard, right? Just make sure we get everything off. You know what I mean? And then I'm go ahead and close it. You know what I'm saying? Now, I gotta brush my own hair, right? And go ahead and get any, get all that excess hair out. You know what I'm saying? All that other shit, right? Go ahead and get all that out. We about to do it again and shit. We about to probably do it. I don't know how many more times we gonna need. I just gotta see. But that's what we about to do and shit. You know what I mean? So let's go again for round 2. You know what I mean? Here we go. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna begin up top. Go ahead, you know what I'm saying? Get a little bit more off. Because as you know, the top was the toughest part to cut because it's the thickest of my head. You see what I'm saying? I can cut every other part easily but the top. That's weird as hell, but it's the truth. You know what I'm saying? Alright, man. Shit pissing me. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? As you can see, I'm getting into action right now, you know what I mean? I'm going with the shits. You know what I'm saying? Just doing what I do in this shit, you know what I mean? I'm just doing what I do in this shit. You're probably wondering, why did you spend a lot of time just right now doing that? Because I noticed something in the mirror. You know what I'm saying? I noticed something that needed to be adjusted. So what I noticed is that there's a dark spot kind of right here that's, needs to go with the wave pattern. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm trying to get that wave pattern to show a little bit. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to do and shit. You know what I mean? And then, you know what I'm saying? Just a couple more cuts and shit. You know what I mean? And then all this about that, I'm gonna come back to that side. Let me do a few more and shit. You know what I mean? Just noticing this shit. And it is good. It's good. Now I'm gonna come back to this obviously. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? Let me go ahead and resume in the middle. And shit like that. You know what I mean? That's what I'm doing right now and shit, you know what I mean? Resuming. Alright, you know what I'm saying? So, I'm going to get right here. Definitely got to trim right here as well. Got this chip fucking moving me up during an important video, right? But anyway, you know what I'm saying? Trying to do this right here and shit. You know what I mean? And then, you know what I'm saying? Just come right here. Now when we get to the back of the head, I'm probably gonna have to open my guard and go with 1. So I'm gonna have to open the guard and still continue with 1 because the back of my hair is a lot thicker. I might have to even get a 2 guard, but I don't think 2 is necessary. I think I just gotta open the guard and resume with 1. You know what I mean? But yeah, other than that, everything is cut in accordingly. You know what I mean? All that other shit, so everything's fine and shit, you know what I'm saying? So I'm about to get ready to brush my hair and we're gonna do it again. And probably again and again, just until it gets to my likeness, you know what I mean? I need it to be to my likeness and shit, you know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? Let me go a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? Let me go a little bit more and shit. Get a little bit on this side, cause I didn't even cut this side like that, huh? Let me go and get this side real quick. Go and get this going. Alright, man. So, about to go through a brush. And then, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go ahead and resume. I obviously gotta brush the guards and shit. Let me go through a brush real quick. And then I'm about to do another session and shit. But for me, you know what I'm saying, when I go about cutting hair and shit, I like to damn near finish the front before I do the back and shit. You know what I'm saying? That's what I like to do. I like to almost finish the front before I do the back. So I'll do the front, back, front again, and then I'll begin edging. You know what I'm saying? That's what I do and shit. So yeah, you know what I mean? That's, you know, the situation and shit, you know what I mean? So anyways, let me go ahead and take the hairs off and all that other shit. You know what I mean? Let me go ahead and do that. Gonna open the guard. Alright. Reclose the guard. You know what I mean? And then go ahead, you know what I'm saying? Put this on and shit. And then go again. That's what ended up happening, right? Gonna begin in the middle, obviously. You know what I mean? Go ahead and take out as much as I can off the middle, you know what I'm saying? It hurts like a motherfucker holding that guard the way I'm holding it. I'm putting a lot of like effort into like just cutting off as much as I need to and shit. That kind of situation. You know what I mean? Just making sure I'm just cutting deep and get into where I need to get at. This type of cutting isn't it looks crazy, it looks silly, right? But this type of cutting is necessary with the top of my head. It is very necessary for me to cut like this. You know what I mean? I'm just being real with you. You know what I mean? I gotta make sure I get these hairs down. I gotta make sure I get these hairs down. It has to match evenly with the size and shit. So it's important for me to do this. You know what I'm saying? It's important for me to do this and shit. It's just not something that should just be, you know what I mean, not it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you know what I mean? That's, you know, the situation and shit, you know what I mean? That's the situation, so, you know. Man, well, be about done with the top of my head. Now I'm about to resume to the side and then we're gonna head to the back. You know what I mean? But I got to make sure the top matches with the sides as much as possible. You know what I'm saying? So here we go, let me take it all up. It's matching pretty well and shit. You know what I mean? And obviously, you know, I'm gonna come back to it and shit. But yeah, it's pretty good and shit, you know. So let me look at this mirror real quick too. Yeah. So let me do one last barrage and then it will be damn near identical to the sides. You know what I'm saying? Let me do one last barrage. One last barrage and it'll be identical to the sides as well, you know what I'm saying? So look, you know what I mean? Let me go ahead and do that real quick. Now, what I need to get ready to do is just do this little front real quick, get this little, it's called a widow's peak or whatever. Gonna get this shit going. Ugh, fuck. I'm tired of the bitch. I need to get back in the gym. If I could, maybe I had a chip in my body and shit. But anyway, you know what I mean? So we're about done with that. You know what I'm saying? Now let me hit the sides real quick, and then we head to the back to the front, and then we edging up and shit. We almost done. What time? How much time we got? I'm at 23 minutes, right? So we're on a good pace and shit, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, let me go and do the sides once more, and then we're gonna head to the back. Go here, and then do this over here. Alright, man. So we cool and shit. So if I'm looking in the mirror and shit, you know, I'm almost complete. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna come back around to it, but it's looking, you know, a lot better and shit. Let's see how much hair I end up taking off, right? I'm looking at the floor, and some shit came off or whatever. Obviously, I'm about to come back to it and shit. Let me go ahead, you know what I mean? Dust this off. Gonna open the guard. Go ahead and brush it off. You know what I mean? And then go ahead, you know what I'm saying? Do this. You know what I mean? And then go ahead and do a quick brush on the front. You gotta get those, they gotta get that, you know, a little bit of hairs out and shit. You know what I mean? Now it's time for the back. I'm gonna come back to the front. You know what I mean? So, time for the back. You know what I'm saying? So on the back, I'm gonna keep the guard open just to see how it cut, right? And then if it's cutting too sharp, I know to increase it. If it's cutting too little, I know to take the guard off. You know what I'm saying? We'll close the guard back up and keep the guard one on. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, you know what I'm saying? When it pertains to it and shit, you know what I mean? Here we go. You know what I'm saying? With the back of the head. So I need to comb the back, obviously. You know what I'm saying? I need to get ready to do that and shit. You know what I mean? Gotta get ready to comb the back. You know what I'm saying? And after I comb the back, I need to brush the back. So make sure I get everything flowing in the back and shit. You know what I mean? And then after that, you know what I'm saying? I need to go ahead and go brush. You know what I'm saying? So make sure I get everything nice and combed out before I brush. You don't want any, you know, anything in the way. I'm feeling something on this I need to, you know, do over here and shit. You know what I mean? So, alright, man. This is what I need to do and shit is comb all that out. You know what I'm saying? Just comb all that out, right? You know what I mean? Very important to do. Then from there, you know what I'm saying? Go with the brushing process. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and brush and shit. You gotta smooth everything out. And then, ready to cut the back. Here we go. Alright, man. Let me test it out real quick. Alright, man. So, feel a little bit, but I need to close it. I did take some off, actually. I did take some off. So I took some off, but, you know what I mean? I don't know, let me double check, you know what I'm saying? Let me brush this shit. Now, the reason why I opened the guard, you see what I'm saying, is just to make sure that the hairs, like, I'm just not cutting too much off. You see what I'm saying? That's the reason why I did that. I don't want to make sure I don't put a bald spot. Like, imagine me putting a bald spot in this video. Like, what was me? You know what I mean? Like, for real, you know what I'm saying? I did that before, like, more than once. Like, it's not a good feeling, right? So you gotta take that precaution and shit. You know what I'm saying? That's how it goes and shit. For good measure, you know what I'm saying? Let me go ahead and open it, you know what I'm saying? For good measure, let me reopen and see if I can take any more hairs off before I close it again. You know what I'm saying? Because I did take some hairs off, so I want to make sure, you know what I'm saying, that that's not the case. You know what I mean? So let me redo. took some more hairs off. But it's good enough and shit. Now it's time to go ahead and close the guard. So I'm about to close the guard. And now I'm about to go ahead, you know what I'm saying, begin actually cutting. You know what I mean? So here we go with the little brush. You know what I mean? And now, you know what I'm saying, it's time to go from here. Yeah, I can definitely hear the cut. You know what I'm saying? So let me just, you know what I'm saying, go with everything. Cool. To go out much more off. Now I'm getting ready to go a little higher, so I'm about to close it. I'm about to reopen it about again. Aww. I go to the ground again. Anyway, you know what I mean? It's alright though, you know what I'm saying? I'm about to re-clean it. You know what I mean? Go ahead and get that off real quick. So the reason why I'm reopening the guard because I'm about to get up here, right? I'm about to get right here. So I already cut like right here, right? So I'm about to get up here. This is where it get a little dicey, right? So I gotta reopen the guard so I don't cut a bald spot. Remember what I said earlier, right? The closer the guard with more hair, the more likely you cut a bald spot. If you open the guard more, you're not gonna cut one. You know what I'm saying? So that's just how it goes and shit. So anyway, you know, so let me go ahead and wash this guard real quick. Alright. Okay, so here we go, man. I'm still proceeding with the back. So like I said, we opening, you know what I'm saying? We're getting back to the back of the head there. You know what I'm saying? So about to go ahead and cut the top of it. You know what I mean? All that other shit. And then we're gonna get back to it, man. So we're gonna get to this part. Make sure I'm rolling. Alright. Ooh. Yeah, that shit getting caught. Alright. So I got that rolling. You know what I mean? Now, you know what I'm saying? Time to do one more final go around with the back. Then we'll be about done. So let me go ahead and reclose it. Reclosing the guard, right? Remember, you close it for shorter hair, you open it for longer hair, right? So anyway, you know what I'm saying? Let's go ahead and redo that. You know what I mean? You know? Just gonna do one last go. Alright, man. So, everything about cool when it pertains to that. I'm gonna check the back out. I gotta go a little closer range to see how the back looking. Wrong side. I gotta go a little closer. I gotta see how the back look real quick. I can't really see. Yeah, I get a good zoom up. I might have to come back to the back. Let me see how it look real quick. I know I definitely cut some shit from the back, shit on my neck and shit. Let me see how it look from the back real quick. Let me take a look. Let me zoom. Alright, so the back, it's cool. I mean, it's cool. I mean, it's cool and shit. I mean, it could be cut down some more. Like I said, it's hard to cut the back for yourself, but that's difficult. It's hard to cut the back for yourself. You know what I'm saying? But it's cool. Like, it's cool. I'm gonna show y'all, you know what I'm saying? It's cool, right? You know what I mean? I might end up coming back to it. But anyway, actually, I am gonna come back to it. But anyway, let me go ahead and finish with the front, and then I'm gonna go back to the back, and then we're gonna be done pretty much with the front. So, here we go back with the front, man. Go ahead and re-put my one back on. And we go ahead and get rolling. Get right here. Let me do it right now. I just noticed something, so let me go ahead and reopen that. Yeah. Turn back around. Yeah. I can't even see it from here. Might have kind of free to this. Let's see. Here's something. I gotta take that down, boy. Alright, man. See if I can get this rolling for myself. What I probably can do is just be a little careful. Let me close this back up. You know, so let me realize I'm gonna get these hairs over. I'm about to level up to a 2, but I'm gonna close it. So I'm gonna go to a 2, but I'm gonna close it real quick. You know what I'm saying? I gotta make sure I get this off real quick. So I got a way bigger guard. I'm gonna feel way more comfortable with this. Alright, so load. It's cutting, as you can see the hairs are falling and shit. I feel way more comfortable with this 2 guard versus that 1 guard. I was being very careful with that 1 guard, boy. I said, please don't let me put a patch in my shit. So I had to level up to the 2 guard and shit. Oh, see, I don't took out some hairs, right? You see what I mean? Yeah, listen to me when I say I know what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? I know what I'm talking about. When I say I know what I'm talking about, I know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? That's how it going, shit. Y'all gotta believe me and trust. I do know what I'm talking about. Most deaf. Anyways, nah, man. Let's go ahead, you know what I'm saying? Resume, you know what I'm saying? With the front. Oh, let me go this side. Oh shit, man, I'm fucking up, dude. That's crazy, dog. Oh my goodness. Oh man, let me take 5 real quick. Oh. Alright, man. So, anyways, I'm still in the process of cutting, and I'm almost done. So, let me go ahead and refocus. You know what I mean? I'm hearing my razor make noises. Let me just clear it out. I don't even see no hairs. I didn't see it to begin with. I don't know why the fuck he's even making noise. I don't even see no hairs in that shit. But anyway, you know what I'm saying? Just do it for clarity. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and get rid of all that. Alright. Now, go ahead and stamp this on. Oh, let me close it real quick. Go ahead and close it. Stamp this on. Alright. I hear that shit, boy. Anyway, I'm going ahead and finish real quick. My razor must be wireless, boy. What the fuck? Anyway, yeah, man. Really attacking the front because that's like the most important one. Now I'm about to definitely hit the right. And now I'm probably gonna go ahead and come back to the back. Even though I think the back was good actually. I gotta relook at it. And then I'll be about ready to go ahead and hit the hairline and the beard and shit. So let me go attack this right side real quick. You know what I mean? Let me go ahead and do that shit real quick, you know. So I'm gonna attack this right side real quick. You know. Alright, man, cool. I gotta definitely recheck the back just for insurance, and then I'm done. This is about all I can do for the front. I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. This is about all I can do for the front. You know what I mean? Let me look in the mirror real quick. Yeah, this is about all I can do for the front. So let me go ahead and recheck the back real quick, and there's edging time. It's edging time. Let me recheck real quick. Fuck. Let's see. Let me get a little closer. Oh shit. Let's see. Okay. Cool, man. Now, time for the edges. Time for the edges, man. Alright, man. So, as far as the edges, I keep shit plain and simple. I think I probably need to clean this. Let me check the battery on here. Okay, so it look like nobody used this shit, so I can go ahead, you know what I mean? Somebody said, yeah. Let me go ahead. Give me 1 second. Alright, man, edging time. Alright, man, so here we go with this. Let's go ahead and get to it, man. So for me, I like to, when I do edges, I do like to kind of, I feel like while doing edges, you need to attack the sides first. It's kind of like side front type of shit, right? Because if you work on the front too much, then the sides, you're supposed to kind of, I don't know, it's just my personal thing. You could do it either way. It's a lot of, things you could do, but me personally, I like to attack the sides first. We're going to start with the left side. So what I'm doing right now is a bald side taper. I'm the only nigga with this hairstyle. I claim it. You know what I mean? That is how I go and shit. You know what I mean? I like to stand out and be different and shit. It's always good to do that. So when it comes down to it, man, I like to, trying to do that type of shit. You know what I mean? So right now, I'm just trying to go up and up, and up, and up, and up. You know what I mean? I try to get to a certain length. I'm not at the length I want yet. So right now I'm just free. I'm not even concentrating yet. You know what I'm saying? I'm just rising it up and shit. You know what I mean? Just going with it and shit. I gotta raise it. I gotta raise it high enough for my comfort. So now I'm getting high. You know what I'm saying? So now I'm about to get ready to concentrate. I'm gonna get my mirror and shit. You know what I'm saying? So now, you know what I'm saying, like, okay, you know what I mean? Now I'm concentrating and shit, you know what I'm saying? So, you here, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna begin with this side, you know what I'm saying? Just make sure I, you know what I'm saying, get this going. Man, that's a nice little side piece. You know what I'm saying? That's a nice little side piece. And shit like that, you know what I mean? So, from here, you know what I'm saying, what I could do and shit, you know what I mean? Just kind of clean it up and shit. And then, we go from there, you know what I'm saying? Pretty much all I really need to do and shit from right there. Yeah. You know what I mean? So that's about the side. Now, obviously, I gotta, square it out and shit. And I'm about to do that right now, actually. You know, so let me go ahead and get to that right now. So, okay, man. So here we go. All right, man. So, what I want to do with this is I want to just box it out. You see what I'm saying? I just want to box it out. You know what I mean? So let me get my close mirror, right? And then I kind of just, just box it out. So from here, I just need to, you know what I mean? Just kind of just feel myself. I gotta go piss like a motherfucker right now. You know what I mean? I'm gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? Let me take 5. All right, now let me go ahead. I'll do this real quick. So let me go and do a quick brush. Let me brush my left. All right, man. So here's what I want to do with the edge, right? Basically, I already brushed it. I'm just trying to square it out. I'm coming over here very gingerly, right? Testing out the waters. I'm moving closer and closer to the edge. Just squaring. You see what I'm saying? I'm just squaring. I'm squaring right now. You know what I mean? I'm squaring. See what I'm saying? That's all I'm doing right now. Just gingerly. You know, I'm just squaring. Then I like to come back down with it. You know what I'm saying? So I square it. I like to come back down with it. I like to, you gotta make sure you get those baby hairs and shit. Come back down with it. You know, all that other shit. You see what I'm saying? That's what I like to do this shit. Always good to look at 2 mirrors and shit. Yeah, so that looks way better than previously. Now I'm gonna brush again. I'm gonna try to square it out. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna come back down. This is how I do edges, right? So let me brush it, right? I brushed it. I'm about to re-square it out and see if I come back down with it. So let's go ahead and see it. Very gingerly. Got a little blood spot. Let's take care of that real quick. Now this braid is very short, you see what I'm saying? But it's not the end of the world, you know what I mean? That's just how it's built and shit. It's not that big a deal. Go ahead and get that off real quick. Now, you know what I'm saying? Go ahead and resume. What the shit? Get back to my close man real quick. So before I finish off this left side, right? Before I finish off this left side, I want to go ahead and attack the front. So I did a good job starting off the left. Let me go ahead and balance out the front real quick, and I'm gonna go to the right side, right? So I'm gonna come back to the left, but let me do the front real quick. I just wanted to lay down some foundation for the front part, right? You know what I mean? That's what I wanted to do and shit, right? You know what I'm saying? Let me just go ahead and go back from here. Just go ahead and gingerly, I need to be using my front mirror so I can see more. Let's see. Okay. Alright, man, this is nice. This is nice. Come in over here. You probably wondering what direction you plan to go with this edge. I see that ball spot to the left side. You gotta give me time about to do some surgery. I'm about to do some surgery. You know what I'm saying? Give me a little bit of time. You know what I'm saying? Alright, man. So, I gotta get to this right side. Let me do the right side. It's important just to begin the edges at first. And I'm gonna go from there and shit. You know what I mean? So, let me go ahead and do this real quick. I like to go farther view when it comes to this, though. I definitely need to go higher over my left. I gotta, I told you I'm doing surgery right now. I gotta balance out left and right. You know how that shit go. I gotta get balanced. But anyway, yeah, man. I'm gonna go ahead and square out my right, and then I'm gonna come back to the left. Like I said, I'm doing surgery and shit, so you gotta give me time and shit. But yeah, you know what I mean. So I'm about to begin. You know what I mean. Let me start downward. Kind of just get those baby hairs off, right? You know what I mean? Go ahead and go down. Down, 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 down. Now, go ahead and begin. I hate to go through this. Let me see real quick. I gotta focus. Let me lock in real quick. Let me lock in. Two. Alright, this one. I'm sorry if I'm focusing right now. I assume. here. You see this right side way bigger than my left too. And we about to close that in. But let's see. Let me get back in this man. Yeah, so we about to do some more work. I gotta get up close, man. I really gotta focus real quick. Give me a second. I really gotta focus. It's important for me to do this. You know what I mean? This ass shit is not a drill, not a game. Oh shit. Oh that shit is too crazy. Alright, cool. Just for clarity. Yeah, man, let me go ahead and finish off this left side real quick. Like I said, you want the boxes to correspond, but this is nice as fuck, you know what I'm saying? I fuck with that shit. So yeah, it's pretty much it when it pertains to that. You know what I mean? Yeah, let me look at it. Oh shit. Let me get back up. Fuck. Alright, let me look at myself real quick. Okay, cool. This is nice. This is nice. Cool, man. Alright, so let me, if I look at the right side, way too boxy, right? We about to close that boxing real quick. You know what I mean? The right side, way too boxy, right? Let me about to close it in real quick. Let me get back up close. Oh, shit. Ugh. Ugh. Alright. That's good enough. Yeah. Probably a little bit more actually. Shit. Alright. Cool. Just kind of go back down for clarity. I know I'm not really talking a lot because I'm trying to, the edges, like, you gotta be quiet when you do those looks. I'm trying to lock in on this. Cool. So from here, you know what I'm saying, what I just need to do is I could probably, okay. So when I look at it from the mirror's point of view, I said, okay, you know what I'm saying? They boxed up and shit, everything cool. But the left looks better than the right. He says, so you look at it, you look at me from right here, right? What side looks better, right or left? You know what I mean? But it's cool and shit, you know what I'm saying? I had to close everything in. The only thing I could do, honestly, from here, you know what I'm saying, is I could just do a little pushback, but I don't want to push back. I'm good right now. There's no need for me to push my edge back. Like, everything's good. You see what I'm saying? I don't need to push my edge back at all. You know what I mean? So everything's good and shit. Everything's just fine. So this is cool and shit. You know what I mean? So now, you know what I'm saying, what I can do right now and shit, you know what I mean, is I can go ahead and begin with beard work. I'm going to begin with beard work. You know what I mean? All that other shit. Now I can go from there, you know what I mean? So, are y'all ready for the beard work? So I am. So I gotta reclaim my B razor because it fell. B stands for beard. Let's go ahead and get to it, man. I feel the pauses. My fault, y'all. You know what I'm saying? So I was using this B guard, right? I had cleaned it and I was shaving a little bit of it. I'm gonna get back to that in a little bit. I gotta reclean it because I just dropped it again, right? Unfortunate for me. Let me go and do it right now, you know what I'm saying? Alright, y'all. So, you know what I'm saying? Let me go ahead and finish with the beard work. So, this is what I got so far, but before I get ready to get into the re-go it, let me get under here, right? This is important to get, so I'm just gonna I like to use this razor because it's not as sharp, but it won't give me razor bumps and shit. So I just go under here like this. Go ahead and do that. Easily get under there, right? Very easy. Very easy, right? I thought I seen something in the mirror, but I was like, what the fuck is that? I'm saying I thought I like cut myself. I was like, bro, what the fuck? Alright. Alright, cool. Now, you know what I'm saying? Let's go ahead and resume back to, you know what I'm saying, the beard, the original cup. Alright, go ahead and get underneath here. Alright, man. Cool work, man. So now, you know what I'm saying? I got the base of the beard. Now it's time for the final go with the beard, man. This is the edging part. And now I'm gonna try to re-go the front and shit below. Let's go ahead and get this beard working. Let's get it working real quick. So I gotta get up close real quick. Give me a sec. Yeah, be good. Let me take some of that down to that. Alright. This is ideally how I always want to do my beard. I'm like, well. I'm gonna reshape that a little bit. Matter of fact, I'm gonna do that right now. Kind of cut a little bit too off on that side, but it could be easily adjusted. Ain't nothing I can't fix. A little air on the beard is nothing. I get you. That's crazy as hell. Well, I'm in the middle of a haircut, dog. I ain't asking all that. That was a big distraction. That's what I do, you know what I'm saying? Okay, cool. Let's see if I can do this. Straighten this out a little bit. Hey, my guard back. Oh my god. Fuck. Alright, let me go back under. Um, Get back down with it. Alright, so everything cool pertaining to that. I'm gonna show y'all up close. You know what I mean? It's cool and shit. Everything good. Now I'm gonna do one more. Let me focus on the top once more. I'm gonna go through with it with a one guard one more time for good measure. You know what I mean? And then I'm about done. You know what I'm saying? So, this is an hour video and it will be uploaded to YouTube. I ain't gonna do another one of these for a while. You know what I mean? But yeah, let me use the rough side. Come on, man. Okay, now, let's go ahead and go back over the top with this one guard real quick. Then we'll go from there, just for good measure. You know what I'm saying? Let's go ahead and do it. We gotta hit the mustache. I forgot about the mustache. We gotta hit that. Man, let me redo this edge real quick. I gotta get into the mustache real quick. I try to leave it alone because my mustache be getting hit like a motherfucker. Anyway, let me go ahead and get into that, man. This is me so far and shit. Get up a little close. All that other shit. I gotta I gotta do my mustache real quick. Give me a second. I'm gonna come back to that. Alright, let me go and attack this real quick. So from here, you know what I mean? I guess all I can really do from here is go and show you all the final product. I'm about ready. So we're going to put the camera all the way up. Let me show y'all my body real quick. Body goals, you know what I'm saying? Skinny as ever, the pescatarian diet. But as you see the, hold on, I'm not sure if this time thing in the way. Alright, I gotta see for myself. So as you see, I'm forming and shit, the pescatarian diet and shit. You know what I mean? I'm skinny as fuck. I lost all my, shit. But yeah. Anyway, let's go and rise up. You know what I mean? So here we are. You know what I mean? This is the haircut in its entirety, man. You know what I mean? So, not done yet though. You see it's greasing time. You know what I'm saying? We gotta get ready to grease. No, we gonna do that last. We gotta clean up. You know what I'm saying? We gotta clean up this shit, right? You know what I mean? So, take an alcohol pad. You know what I mean? Go ahead and hit the. Ah! Fuck! You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and hit that hairline real quick. You know what I mean? You gotta do that shit, man. Fuck. Yeah, you ready to do that shit, boy. Boy, this shit hurt like fuck. You know what I mean? But yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you ready to do that shit? Oh my goodness. Alright, man. Yup. And then you come down here. Go ahead, do that shit, man. Let me get a new one. I already hit the front line with that one, so the beard I should have automatically a new one. So go ahead and do the beard with this, and then come around, go ahead and hit this side with it. You know what I mean? And damn it. Woo! And then go ahead, you know what I'm saying? Come right here, hit the mustache. Oh my goodness, it burns. Fuck. It hurts so bad. Alright, let me see. Go ahead and do this shit. And then go ahead, go under here. Oh! Oh god. This shit hurt. Alright. Shit. Alright, go ahead. Do that real quick. Oh man. Alright, cool. Alright. Okay, so from here, we got this rolling, right? This is the aftershave gel. You just want to apply this to like beard and shit like that, right? You know what I mean? So gotta get, below the neck. But then, you gotta make sure, go ahead and come right here. Go ahead and touch her hair, of course. You know what I mean? All that other shit. You know what I mean? Go ahead and do that. Cool. After that. Alright, y'all. So here we go. I'm gonna put this coconut oil on. I had to move. I got my phone to charge. I had to move from bathroom to room. So anyway, I'm getting ready to put this coconut oil on. This is how the coconut oil look. It's called this. Right? I'm gonna go ahead and put this on real quick. Put this on my hair. So what this is gonna do is gonna give it a nice, foundation. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's gonna do. You know what I mean? It's gonna work. It's gonna make my hair good and shit, all that good shit. So I go front, back. I go sides and shit. You know what I mean? All that other shit. I'm in the bad lighting right now. I'm not even gonna lie. A horrible lighting. I should have stayed in the bathroom. I'm in a bad lighting. Let me let the light face me real quick. Let me see. I gotta hurry up and plug this in. So as we resume, I decided to move back in the bathroom, right? You know what I mean? So now, you know what I'm saying? I got the coconut oil. I'm rubbing it in, right? This is good right here. You know what I'm saying? I'm just rubbing it in and shit. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm doing right now, right? Trying to rub it in. I'm gonna add a little bit more coconut oil. Then I'm gonna move the wave grease. Wave grease is obviously last, right? That's gonna be the last type of shit I apply. Yeah, man. So let me go ahead. Add a little bit more coconut oil. That's gonna be it. Alright, nice and good. Nice and good, man. Alright, now it's time for the wave grease. It's time for the wave grease. Hope y'all ready for that. So, what I'm about to do, and you probably want to watch that white stuff. That's part of coconut oil, right? But let me go and get into the wave grease real quick. Alright, let me go and do that. Let me put this back up. Okay, now, I need more wave grease. I gotta definitely get that. But anyway, let me go ahead and get rolling with it. Got my wave grease. You know what I mean? So I like to do wave grease. I go front, I go back, I read, I go sides, and that'll be it for me. So obviously, I go and rub all this on. My hair looking very white. It's gonna blend in pretty soon though. Yeah, man. Let me look at this mirror real quick. Okay, cool. So as I look in the mirror versus the camera, they're definitely different appearances. In the camera, it does look a little bit more white versus the mirror. Yeah, man. Now, what I'm about to get ready to do is I'm about to go wash my hands, go ahead and brush, apply this beard shit, and I'm done. You know what I'm saying? So let me go ahead and do that real quick. Let's do that. And then I apply this. And go ahead and put that right there. I'll go ahead and put this right here. Alright, man. So let me go ahead and begin brushing. And whenever it pertains to brush, I do like to look in the mirror when I brush and not the phone. So let me go and do that real quick. Just rub that hair off this shit. Need for this shit. You know what I mean? Alright. Now go ahead and begin brushing. And for me, how I brush, let me move this down. For me, how I brush, you know what I'm saying, it's very simple. I go with the flow, you know what I'm saying? I go with the flow and shit, you know what I mean? I'm just brushing and shit. You know what I mean? I just go and shit, you know what I'm saying? This is a good, solid haircut. This is a cool haircut. I'm, you know, comfortable with this haircut. You know, I'm comfortable with this haircut. I'm looking at my left box. I'm like, fucked. Shit could be bigger, could be smaller, whatever the case may be. I don't know, you know what I mean? It just depends on shit. You know what I mean? I'm gonna step outside for y'all so y'all can take a look at me and shit. You know what I mean? But I mean, it's nice and shit, but comparing it to the right one, I'm like, the right one and the left one, they look too different. I tried to mash it and shit, but it's kind of just how it is and shit. So yeah, you know what I mean? But whenever it turns to everything, everything's A-okay. You know what I got planned and shit, so yeah. And now I got a do-rag, you know what I'm saying? I got a do-rag out, you know what I'm saying? You know I got to do that. All the way. So let me go ahead, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna step out for y'all while it's fresh and shit. And then obviously the do-rag gonna do powers. You know what I mean? Let me go put this beer shit in real quick. Put in a little beer shit. I'm gonna put this little cream in. Right, put my little beer shit in. Alright, man. Are y'all ready? Cause I am. Y'all gonna be like, shit. Solid haircut. Let me check me out with glasses and shit. Cause you know, glasses give me that extra perception. You know what I mean? You know, I gotta, you know, double take. Let's see real quick. See, man. Yeah, it's cool, man. It's cool. This is good and shit. So something I did notice is that I could fix the tape on the left side a little bit, like the lining, but the box is just as I saw. On the right side is just as I saw and shit. So I'm gonna adjust the boxing a little bit on the left side, like the line part, and I'm good to go. You know what I mean? So let me do that real quick. Um, get it right here, I guess. Alright, I'm gonna walk outside for y'all. I'm gonna show y'all everything while everything, you know what I mean, is fresh and shit. And then obviously, you know, it's gonna look better by tomorrow and shit, but I just wanna show y'all real quick. You know what I mean? Let me look for clarity. Let's have our glasses once more. Yeah. Okay. Alright. So, without further ado, you know what I'm saying? I'm about to step outside for y'all. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But let me go ahead and end off this video real quick. So I hope y'all enjoyed this video, you know what I'm saying? Of me giving myself a self haircut, you know what I'm saying? I hope y'all like it and shit. If you did, like, comment, subscribe. Obviously, I did what I could to get the front hairline. You see how, you know, it goes together and shit? Like, there's no bald spot, you know what I'm saying? Like, none of that shit, you know what I'm saying? I had to cover that, and there's a lot of adjusting, right? When it comes to hairlines and shit, there's a lot of contorting and working around and shit. That's kind of how it is and shit. You gotta cover up mistakes and shit. You gotta blend in. All that shit. That's what it takes, you know what I'm saying? That's what it takes and shit, you know what I mean? So doing the hairline, it comes with a lot of skill and shit. You know what I'm saying? You know me, I know how to do a hairline. Best believe that. You know what I'm saying? I know how to do a hairline. Best believe that. I'm about to go ahead and walk outside real quick. You know what I mean? I'm about to go ahead and show y'all, you know what I'm saying, the final product of me, you know what I'm saying, doing this shit. And then we're gonna go from there and shit, you know what I'm saying? So I hope, you know what I'm saying, y'all enjoy, you know what I'm saying, what I'm saying and shit. You know what I mean? And then, you know, we're gonna go from there and shit. So I hope y'all rock with it, you know what I'm saying? I hope y'all, you know, enjoy it and shit, you know what I mean? So I'm about to go ahead and show y'all, you know what I'm saying? And then we're gonna go from there. But I'm about to end off this video and shit. I hope that y'all enjoy, you know what I'm saying, this video. If you did, like, comment, subscribe, you know what I mean? You know, this is me and shit. Hope you like it and shit. I'm gonna catch you in the next video.